Hello everyone, welcome back to Learn English with Bornby89. That name sounds pretentious, but I like it anyway. Right, so let's get back to the business. This time, I'd like to share some strategies, some basic strategies dealing with Ielts speaking. Okay, I've listed some. I lost count not because it's too many, but because I didn't make list of the number. Right, so what's the first? Oh yeah, by the way, sorry, there is a disclaimer actually. You might hear rooster or goat or birds or children or anything. I'm in the countryside. Not countryside actually. Remote village. Yeah? Okay. Right, okay, sorry. So the strategy of answering speaking question of IELTS. The first, analyze the question, the keyword. Okay, the first is analyzing the keyword, sorry. So the WS question, whether the question uses who, or what, or when, or where, or how, or why. You have to be clear first. Never ever answer why with how, for example. Okay, never ever answer who with what. I mean, those are for different purposes. So you need to come clear with the WS question. And then after knowing the basic question, the next is the other keywords. It deals with the topic, really. So it's about game, it's about the lifestyle, it's about the music or film or anything, and you will catch it later. Right, and then after that, we need to analyze the use of auxiliary verb or the verb, whether those verbs or whether those verbs in the past or in the present, because it will affect the way you will use the tenses later. So if the auxiliary verb use is or are, it means that you need to provide the present, or the use of do and does, so it means it's the present as well. Nevertheless, for the use of was or were or did, it means when you answer, you need to provide the past simple or past tenses. It doesn't have to be past simple, but you can use the other past tenses, right? Okay, and then the third one, okay, when we are about to answer, or there are some ideas going on in our mind, okay, simplify it. It needs practice sometimes, yeah, so practice it, brainstorm it, and then when in the meantime you are answering the asked questions, simplify your ideas, because if you have these complicated ideas, it will affect your fluency. Now remember that fluency is one of the assessment, one of the thing that is assessed on IELTS. So make sure it's simple. The idea can be simple. However, your language needs to be sophisticated. You need to use complex sentences, and then vocabularies, and then good pronunciation. Those are assessed. Okay. So simplify the ideas, but make your language sophisticated. Okay, I think for this matter you need to change the mindset, because why I say this, so far some of my students complicate themselves with the idea, so they are still in the mode of trying to find the best answer in terms of the content or idea, but then it makes them difficult to think about the vocabulary and the tenses and the expression. Meanwhile, the latter things are the vital ones. Okay. Sorry, I need to cheat. Yeah. And then after simplify the idea, and then we answer, elaborate the answer, please. How to elaborate it? Well, first of all, you need to answer the main question, and then after that you need to give explanation. or reason or example. Okay, although I said before that we, let's say the question uses present, we can also elaborate with the past. However, we need to provide the present answer first, and then we need to refer to the past condition, like comparing, or even we can predict the future. that's that's one of the method or way to elaborate our answers, so we can speak at length, because again and again speak at length is one of the assessment. So if you are one syllabic person, please, for this IELTS test you can't be one syllabic person, because if you are one syllabic person, meaning that you just say one sentence or even one word, well, I mean, if I were the examiner, I would be confused. What kind of thing that I can consider for the score, right? Right. And then the next one, you can always use the principle of it depends. It depends, blah, blah, blah. Usually I use it when after analyzing the keywords, and then okay, the question uses general keyword, for example, people in your country. Okay, because in your country, and then for example I live in Indonesia, and Indonesia is a vast country. It consists of thousands of islands, and then 100 millions of people, so we can say it depends. So if the keywords are general, we can use it depends, blah blah blah. Okay, and then the last one is that IELTS speaking is not about honesty test. We can provide the answer, we can make up the story, we can make up our answer, and we don't have to provide the truth, meaning that we can manipulate it. Okay, let me give you example to make it clearer. What games are popular in your country? Okay, the keywords, the first is what, so it means the name of the game, and then games. Okay, so we need to take into account the game, the name of the game, and then are. The use of are is vital here, because I mean the keyword of are is vital because this is the first thing we need to take into account for the tenses we are going to use, whether it's the past or the present. And then in your country. Okay, in your country. If you are a gamer, probably this question will be a piece of cake. But then if you are like me, well, I don't play games, so I'm not really sure about the popular game. So I can say it depends. And then I will refer to what games are played by my close friends. Alright? Or probably the traditional games that I play. So, because it's in the present, it's the name of the game and popular in my country, so I would say, well, I would say that it depends. The first is on the age group. Uh, toddler and toddler, or those who are in elementary school, I believe that they like more physical games such as hide and seek, and then go back to door games or stuff. And who those those who are 30, over 30 until 20, I think most of them like video games. And then those who are 30, over 30, I believe they prefer to play games which need strategy. My answer is probably untrue based on the general circumstances. but it doesn't matter for the Ielts, and that's what I want you to do. Okay, and then the second example is, when did you, sorry, I'll repeat it. When did you last receive a gift? Okay, the keyword is, the first is when, so it means it requires you to say about the time. It can be the year, it can be the month, it can be any time. And then the use of did. It means when you answer the question, you need to remember the principle or the pattern of past tenses. It can be the simple past, it can be past continuous, it can be past perfect. And then last, receive a gift. Okay, so it means what the gift, and then did. So I would say, well, as far as I remember, the last gift that I received was a watch. It was given by one of my best friends for my birthday. It was so, it was lovely, and then until now I still wear it because it is memorable. Okay, so although the question used did, we can elaborate our answer using the present if we refer to the present condition. However, when we refer to the time when we received the gift, of course, we need to employ the past tenses. Like I received, and then use of was, and then I say it is still memorable, is, because until now it is still memorable. Okay, I think that's all for the basic strategy to answer IELTS speaking. I hope it's useful for you, and remember, keep practicing, right? Thank you. Bye bye.